Let's dive right in. Welcome back to another explainer where we crack open the stories, the data, and the research that really shape how we see the world. And honestly, we have a completely fascinating explainer lined up for you today. We're going to explore the incredibly spooky legend of Lincoln High. It's your classic tale of a haunted theater, but more importantly, we're going to look at how one highly logical mind totally cracked the case. Our topic today is The Ghost of the School Theater, a case study in critical thinking. You see, we aren't just telling a scary ghost story today. We're actually going to break down the real mechanics of fear, how rumors spread like wildfire, and the undeniable power of evidence-based thinking. Now, I want you to ask yourself, how do you normally react to terrifying rumors? When everyone around you is just whispering about something scary or entirely unexplained, do you run away? Do you kind of just blindly accept it? Or do you actively investigate? Look, it's literally human nature to fear the unknown. It's a built-in survival instinct. But as we're going to see today, when a ghost story collides head-on with the logical mind, the truth that gets uncovered is almost always way more interesting than the fiction. So let's kick things off with Section 1, The Legend of Lincoln High. Our source material starts us off at an abandoned school theater, and I really want you to picture this space. Imagine red velvet seats completely covered in dust, and thick cobwebs hanging from the ceiling like forgotten party decorations. The air is totally stale. It was a place most students avoided completely, and not just because it was old, but because of some deeply unsettling rumors that had gripped the student body for years. See, what kept everyone away were these terrifying claims actively made by students, and even backed up by a school janitor. We're talking strange noises echoing from the empty stage, moving shadows darting behind faded curtains, and honestly, the most chilling claim of all, phantom music playing late at night when the building was entirely locked up tight. These claims created a very real, very powerful culture of fear around the old building. Enter our two protagonists. We have a highly analytical 10th grader named Ethan and his best friend Maya. When they hear the school might actually reopen the old theater, they decide to do a little exploring of their own one afternoon. And while they're standing right there in this dusty, forgotten room, they experience their own massive scare. Out of nowhere, this loud bang and a mysterious tap, tap, tap echo directly from beneath the floorboards of the stage. Maya perfectly captured that visceral, immediate panic we all feel when we encounter the unexplainable when she said, "Tell me that wasn't a ghost." But here is where the dynamic completely changes. Let's look at Section 2. The investigation begins. You see, Ethan, our 10th grade detective, categorically refuses to believe in the supernatural without hard evidence. He tells Maya there absolutely has to be a logical explanation for this. So instead of letting his imagination just run wild, he heads straight to the library archives to gather some actual data. And look at the stark contrast in what he finds. The dominant student rumor claimed a former student named Sarah, who was a talented actress, had her spirit trapped forever in the theater. But the documented yearbook evidence, it told a completely different story. Ethan dug up an old photo of Sarah Thompson holding a state drama trophy, but right beneath it was a note stating she was moving to California next month with her family. Which brings us to a massive logical roadblock. If Sarah moved away, why on earth would her ghost still be here? I want you to step into Ethan's shoes for just a second and use your own critical thinking skills. If the person who supposedly haunts the theater grew up and moved to the West Coast, the entire foundation of the ghost story completely falls apart, right? The math of this rumor simply doesn't add up. Something else must be going on. Armed with this major logical inconsistency, we move to Section 3, Into the Hidden Room. Knowing the story is flawed, Ethan and Maya bravely return to the theater at night, fully equipped with flashlights, actively seeking out more data to solve this puzzle. Let's just walk through the escalating suspense as they explore the dark stage. First, the dark building feels incredibly creepy, which instantly amplifies their baseline anxiety. Next, their flashlight shadows seem way longer, physically playing tricks on their visual perception. And finally, that mysterious tap, tap, tap returns, much louder than before, and it's coming from directly beneath their very feet. The atmosphere is terrifying for sure, but instead of fleeing, Ethan actually focuses on the physical source of the sound. Following those sounds logically, Ethan literally gets down on his hands and knees. He knocks on the wooden floorboards until, bam, he finds a hollow spot. This methodical action leads them to push aside a heavy old cabinet, which reveals a small hidden trapdoor. They open it up to find a narrow, pitch-black staircase that isn't on any official school map. They are quite literally descending into the core of the mystery. And what exactly do they find at the bottom? Well, descending into the darkness, they don't find a supernatural entity. No. They find a forgotten storage room. It's this incredible time capsule filled with dozens of old costumes, vintage stage equipment, and a large box explicitly labeled with the name Sarah Thompson. But right as they're taking all of this in, they notice a small music player sitting on a shelf. And suddenly, without anyone touching it, the music player turns itself on, filling the underground room with soft piano music.
Okay, that brings us right to section 4, solving the ghost mystery. When that piano music starts playing all by itself in a dark basement, Maya nearly screams. It is the ultimate test of their nerve. But Ethan? He uses pure, grounded observation to dismantle the supernatural claims piece by piece, right there in the room. It is the ultimate test of for solving the ghost mystery. When that piano music starts playing all by itself in a dark basement, Maya nearly screams. It is the ultimate test of their nerve. But Ethan? He uses pure, grounded observation to dismantle the supernatural claims piece by piece, right there in the room. The phantom piano music? It was just a functioning timer attached to an old music player. And that ghostly tapping? It was literally just loose pipes beneath the stage expanding and contracting with the temperature changes in the old building.
Ethan just laughs in relief and says, "So much for ghosts." The mystery is completely demystified. Furthermore, they open that box labeled Sarah Thompson and find a letter. Sarah explains that years ago, right before moving to California, she hid her theater memories in this room as a time capsule, really wanting future students to eventually find them. She even programmed the music player to play automatically. It was a gift to the future, you guys, not a haunting. Case officially closed. Which brings us to the final outcome in Section 5, Power of Critical Thinking. The real payoff happens the very next morning. Ethan and Maya take their physical evidence straight to the principal. And because of their investigation, the hidden room is cleaned up and preserved. Better yet, at the school's talent show, the principal is able to share the true, fascinating history of Sarah Thompson with a packed, super excited audience. Sitting in the crowd, Maya jokes to Ethan that the ghost was actually just a mystery all along. Ethan's response perfectly captures the essence of this whole explainer. The best mysteries usually are. Uncovering the truth and understanding the actual mechanics of the world around us is almost always far more rewarding than simply believing a scary story. So, the moral of our source material today is crystal clear. Sometimes what seems frightening is simply something we just don't understand yet. Curiosity, courage, and critical thinking turn fear into discovery. This is what you absolutely should take away from this explainer today. Fear usually stems from a sheer lack of information. When you apply logic and seek out actual evidence, you take your power back. So let's leave off with a final question for you to ponder. What rumors in your own life are just waiting for a little logical investigation? The next time you hear a frightening rumor or encounter something that seems totally unexplainable, remember Ethan's approach. Don't let fear make the decisions for you. Ask yourself if there's a hidden trapdoor of truth you just haven't opened yet. Keep your mind open, keep investigating the facts, and I will see you in our next explainer.